speaking of like the Charlie Kirk people though. So Charlie Kirk supporters found themselves, they went to my alma mater. They went to Tennessee State University I want to say about a week ago. And they were promptly, I'll just say this. They got them the fuck about the paint, man. And it was just like,
think of how stupid the average person is, and then realize half of them are stupider than that.
And that's what I equate to Trump supporters. Real talk. Trump supporters, Charlie Kirk supporters, y'all some dumb motherfuckers. Because ultimately, I feel like this. I feel like Donald Trump and the people surrounding Donald Trump and the talking heads around Donald Trump, I don't think they have the respect for Donald Trump supporters that the Donald Trump supporters think that they have. I think that the people around Donald Trump and the talking heads that promote Donald Trump think that the supporters of Donald Trump are just as stupid as the rest of the black people and the brown people and the Democratic people think that Trump supporters are. I think all of us think y'all stupid, but it's got to bite when you know that even y'all leaders think y'all stupid too, right? They think y'all just as stupid as we think y'all stupid. Okay? But Charlie Kirk supporters, man, after Charlie Kirk was unalived at that university in Utah, disagree. He was unalived at that university in Utah, and Charlie Kirk supporters found themselves going to Tennessee State University, again, my alma mater, to insist upon some debate. Okay? Now, I'm going to play the news version of this, and then we're going to read an HBCU publications version of what happened here. So I'm going to pull this up so you guys can watch, of course, right along with your man Spann. Hold on a second while I pull this video up, and let me share my screen here with you guys, and let's see what happened in Nashville at Tennessee State University when these fuck ass dudes showed up on the yard. Let's see.
Had a group of people come and start to heckle us.
Why even provoke on our campus?
New tonight, chaos here at the Tennessee State University campus after a debate group visits the campus wearing MAGA hats and carrying signs against DEI and illegal immigration.
Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar joining us from TSU tonight after speaking with both students and that debate group.
Most students I spoke with are calling the conservative group who showed up here at TSU hateful. That group tells me they were just trying to have civil discourse with the students and are accusing those who push back of inciting violence.
Video shows spirited Tennessee State University students gathered around the Fearless Debates group. David Cate is a co-founder.
We went from a peaceful conversation with students to quite literally a mob inciting violence against us.
He tells me they are trying.
Again, these motherfuckers are trying to act like they are victims. They are not.
Supposed to feel sorry for that bitch. I don't.
Trying to encourage debate on the heels of Charlie Kirk's murder. The signs the group brought read, DEI should be illegal and deport all illegals now. Let's talk.
Okay, you went to a college campus, an historically black college campus in Nashville, Tennessee, and talked about DEI should be illegal and deport all illegals, right? They went there with the express purpose of antagonizing people of color. You saw the makeup of that campus. You saw that the makeup of that campus is primarily black kids, right? And I'm wondering about this thing that the right has. And I know the university is supposed to be where, even the word university itself is like the study of many ideas, right? So like you bring ideas in from all over and you debate them and you examine them and then you come out with a solution. However, it's one of those things where I wonder why y'all continuously go towards the children. I'm wondering why these adults keep finding themselves trying to debate against teenagers. I'm wondering why these adults keep going to these places to have these debates and not someone of their own level, someone of their own stature, right? They keep going to these places and then using these places as farms for their social media content. Excuse me. And they use these places as farms for their social media content. They're content farming. And then when they, they'll have, maybe they get the one up on a 19-year-old who hasn't fully fleshed out his politics. Maybe he hasn't even all the way fleshed out his, how he thinks about a thing, but he feels passionately about it. He may not necessarily have it all together, but if you catch this motherfucker in about 5 or 6 years, he will wipe the flow with you. And it's part of the reason why these dudes go to these types of campuses all the time, because again, they know by them being there, they automatically have the upper hand because they can control how long that person is going to be able to debate them or not, right? They can shut that person down. They can, and depending on the college campus that you're on, like say for instance, if Charlie Kirk was to show up on the campus of University of Texas, I would imagine there are a very large amount of MAGA supporters at the University of Texas. I'm sure if he were up there debating someone, the Texas crowd would probably really be on the side of Charlie Kirk, despite the fact that Charlie Kirk may be getting his ass handed to him, right? But they will use those sorts of settings to farm social media and make it seem as though Charlie Kirk was making all the fucking points and this other person didn't really know what they were getting themselves into, right? And so what happened was these silly motherfuckers showed up at Tennessee State University. They acted as though they were victims. Hey, we set up, we just wanted to have a debate, and then it became like a mob. No, those kids understood exactly what the fuck was happening. They understood what was happening. And they got y'all to fuck up out the paint. And I'm going to be honest, as an alumni of Tennessee State University, I couldn't be more prouder of those kids. I couldn't be more prouder. Get their asses the fuck up out the paint, because I'm of this mindset now, man. I'm 45 years old. I've been podcasting 15 years. I've been on the side where I thought we should be having a conversation with people who don't agree with us, this, that, and the other. It's been 15 years to that shit now, bro, where I'm like, yo, hey, man, you see the same shit I'm seeing. You're watching the same thing I'm seeing. You're coming to a very different motherfucking conclusion than I'm coming to, but your conclusion puts my humanity at a disadvantage. So if you think that your conclusion and my humanity is something to debate, fuck you. There's no conversation to be had about that. There's no conversation at all. I am over that. And you see it in social media, right? We was talking about, I made mention of this earlier when I was talking about, I'm mostly on Threads now. And I gave up Twitter. I gave up Twitter after being on Twitter for, I want to say 15 years. I was on Twitter for a long time. I wasn't like, no big motherfucking account on Twitter. I think I had maybe 1,300 followers on Twitter or something like that. It wasn't nothing crazy like that. But I got off of Twitter when the owner of Twitter openly mused about why no one was trying to assassinate Kamala Harris. And I'm like, yo, if the owner of this motherfucking platform is on this type of bullshit, there's no need for me to continue to be here. And I let it go. I let it go. Like frankly, I ain't look back. I really haven't. As a matter of fact, I went back, I got my name, and then I don't even be on there anymore. So nobody can take my name. But that's the only thing. Like if you looked up Mr. Spann on Twitter, you'll find me, but there's nothing there. It's just a placeholder so no one takes my fucking name. That's it, right? So I'm on Threads, though, and I've been noticing like there's been a consternation of people who are on Threads where they're like, yo, man, so Threads have now surpassed Twitter and X as far as monthly active users are concerned. That means that those MAGA folks are starting to find their way over here. And I'm thinking like, yo, with the tools that you have available to you on Threads, where you can mute this motherfucker, you can restrict this motherfucker, you can block this motherfucker, you can even hide the shit that they saying so nobody can see they shit. You can mute, block, hide for everybody and restrict this motherfucker to oblivion. I'm going to embrace that. I'm going to embrace that. I'm going to embrace that. So normally when I come across a Trump supporter on Threads, guess what happens? Mute, block, restrict, hide for everybody. I'm not engaging your bitch ass. I don't owe you that. The only reason you're here is to antagonize me. The only reason MAGA folks show up in other places is to antagonize other people. We are here, most of the times we out here minding our own fucking business, and here come this motherfucker. They got the red hats on, or the white and gold ones, or the black and white ones. They got these fucking hats on, and they are looking for someone to say something to them. They are looking for the confrontation. Fuck you. I don't have to give you that. I don't have to give you that. But also, if you come into my space, I don't have to welcome you. And that's what the students at Tennessee State University were expressing. You came into our space, and not only did you come into our space, you came into our space uninvited. We do not have to welcome you. Fuck you. Bye. So I couldn't be prouder of those kids at Tennessee State University, man. Real talk.
TSU senior Layla Johnson was there when it all went down on Tuesday.
What did you think about the group coming onto this campus with those signs?
I just feel like it was unnecessary. Like, why would you come to a HBCU with all that commotion knowing that we're going to say something about it? Like, they're just, like, insane.
Why did your group pick a historically black college to have this conversation?
Is there a reason why we shouldn't go to historically black colleges to have these conversations? We're not limiting who we want to go speak to based off their race, based off their gender.
The university is calling the group's actions hostile and saying TSU students conducted themselves in a professional and respectful manner.
Take a look at our last 6 stops, our first 6 stops. We have not had an issue like this whatsoever.
Layla believes they were not there for debate, but to provoke students.
I don't agree with it. Like, it's just nonsense.
All we did was set up a table.
The university says a group was escorted from campus. Kate denies that. He instead says they were taken away for safety. TSU adds they were not authorized on campus.
Are you guys going to continue to just show up to public universities if they don't answer?
Absolutely. It's our free speech. It's our these campuses have a free speech area. They're public universities.
They're public universities, but you still have to file a fucking paperwork to show the fuck up, bro. You can't just walk into any... This is the audacity. It's the caucasity, bro. It's the caucasity. You showed up on this campus. Just because it's a public university doesn't mean that, like, you could just walk up, like you could just be there. You gotta have a reason to fucking be there on campus, bro. You can't just be there because it's a public university. I can't just walk on the campus of Michigan State University, set up a table and say, hey man, debate me, without Michigan State University police saying, hey, what the fuck are you here for? Did you file the proper paperwork in order for you to be here? So now the paperwork even don't mean shit to y'all, right? But here's the other part. You know, like I said, man, other people were talking about how, this is just what, this is what they wanted, man. They like those students gave them exactly what they wanted. I'll tell you this, no matter what happened at Tennessee State University that day, those folks got what they were going to get regardless. They got what they wanted regardless. They knew that those kids weren't going to be amendable to the shit that they were saying, which is why they put those fucking incendiary signs up to begin with, which is why they were wearing them fuck ass hats to begin with. They knew that those hats alone would trigger some folk, and they knew that they were at an HBCU. Now, ironically enough, there was another newscast where these folks said they didn't know they were at an HBCU. Your man just gave up the game. He said, well, why should we limit ourselves to not talking to HBCU? Excuse me. But he said, why should we limit ourselves to not talking to HBCUs? So he's giving up the game. Yeah, we're going to go everywhere. Because, again, this is about the content farming. This is about them claiming themselves to be victims. Nobody owes you a debate. That's the other part about it. No one owes you a conversation. No one owes you a debate. Take that shit and go the fuck on where you at. It's the same shit that happens on social media, where these MAGA folks show up in places where oftentimes they are not necessarily welcome and try to derail conversations and try to be the antagonistic one, try to be the contrarian, right? Hoping to throw the dialogue off, hoping to throw a wrench in whatever conversation you may be having. Fuck them dudes, man. You do not owe them a conversation. Fuck them. You don't owe it to them. And so, again, as an alumni, Tennessee State University, kudos to them young Tigers. kudos to them young Tigers, man. Cause like I saw this shit, not like I was heated, bro. Like, yo, man, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Like, here's the other part that I think is very interesting, man, is that Charlie Kirk was murked by one of y'all's. Okay? Charlie Kirk was murked by one of y'all. Not a black person had anything to do with Charlie Kirk being not here on this earth no more. Not a one. Charlie Kirk was in white-ass Utah, speaking at a white-ass Utah school, and he was murked by a white-ass boy from Utah from a white-ass MAGA family. But somehow, y'all thought that somehow, some way, y'all thought that bringing black kids and black people into this was the move. Make that make sense. Make that make sense, man. We didn't have shit to do with what was going on with Charlie Kirk. But y'all sure as shit tried to make... You know what's funny? Is for all of the shit that they talk about not being racist about, y'all sure as hell going out of y'all way to like, yo, make sure that the black people get some sort of like skin in this game. Because the black folks, by and large, have been minding our fucking business with the way America has been going.